Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? Hope you are all fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIVS Home School. Here I am Lokman, assistant teacher of NIVS Day Shift. I am going to conduct an agricultural studies class for the students of class 6. Our today's discussion topic is multiple choice question from 51 to 60 and creative question number 1, 2 and 7. So now today I am requesting you to open your suggestion and to read with us. My first question is multiple choice question. It has been started from number 51 and the last one is 60. So 51 number question is, how many types of forest are there on the basis of origin? You know that there are 3 types of forest in our Bangladesh. So the answer should be 3. And 52 number, which are the trees of hilly forest? You know, Garzon and Chapalis are the hilly trees. We know. What kind of forest is Sal? Sal is one kind of plain land trees. It's one kind of plain land trees. What is called the cultivation of diversified crops in the same land at the same time. It is called agricultural afforestation, which we can get at the same time agricultural trees and as well as crops also. Which is man-made forest. Social forest is man-made forest. People plant trees due to his demand, due to his fill up the demand. Agricultural forestation is done beside the roads and embankments, beside the main road and the railway, and in the hilly deserted lands. So I mean all are correct. It should be lands. The spelling is wrong here. It should be lands. Okay. Now go to question number 57. What percentage of the total area of land is natural forest? Ours have only 17% land, but we should have 25% land. What's the objective of social afforestation? The objective of social afforestation is to develop of the environment. Which forest is seen in the homestead area? Mahogany. We can see usually mahogany is our homestead area. What do the extra produced items bring in the family? It can bring us economic solvency. Now read the question number, creative question number 1. The stem is here. Stem is about Mitu and environment. It's all about environment. Mitu was tossing about scorching heat during 4 load shedding. During 4-hour load shedding last night, her 70-year-old grandma said, "In my early age, we didn't have electricity in our house at Purana Polton, but we never experienced such tossing heat." We know that in our ancient time, we didn't have any electricity system. We used our different types of lamp. We kept the wooden windows open and fall asleep. A gentle breeze blew. It was much better than even today's villages. Only God knows whether the earth will survive another millennium or not. This is the anxiety of her grandmother. Now describe question number C and D is here. A and B is already discussed in when we read our text. So we will discuss only creative question regarding question C and D. Describe how climate change is affecting our agriculture. This is the question. We know that agriculture is the most important thing to grow any types of crops. To cultivate any types of crops, we need a favorable climate. If our climate is favorable to our cultivation, then we can get a bumper yielding every year. Otherwise, we will have to lose something. It's evident that soil is losing its productivity capacity year after year. This is not because of a single reason, but of a set of reasons. Crop, cattle, poultry, fishery, each of the sector is endangered due to adverse climate. It's too hot in summer and too cold in winter. Whenever it's going on summer season, it's too hot we feel. Whenever it's going on winter season, we feel too cold. It is because of adverse situation of our climate change. Intensity of snowfall reaches a higher scale every year. Untimely rainfall is frequently, and there are incidents of acid rain. Floods and cyclones damage millions of crops, areas of crops fails. Pollution-induced disease cause heavy death toll of fish, cattle, and other livestock. The level of salinity and toxicity is rising almost vertically. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and insecticides is causing irreparable harm to soil. Industrial and household toxic substances are adding further harm. Question number D. Evaluate the prediction of Methu's grandma. Methu's grandma's prediction is about our Earth surviving, whether it will survive next millennium or not. This is the anxiety of Methu's grandma. Now we will discuss or express your view. Do you agree with the opinion or not? I personally believe that the prediction of Methu's grandma, that only God knows whether the earth will survive another millennium or not. I accept or I agree with the statement. What she actually means is that the earth is likely to draw its ending if the present trend continues. If the present trend continues, then earth cannot survive anymore. A great many species of animals have already been extinct. A vast area of arable land has already gone underwater. 30% of low-lying land will go underwater if temperature of the atmosphere rises by another 2 degrees Celsius. Frequent earthquakes have been causing massive loss of life and property. Pollution-induced diseases are causing massive death tolls of humans and animals. The world cannot yet overcome the scares of the 2 world wars as well as many other wars. Wars are still going on. We see most of the problems, disorders, crises, bloodshed, and ravages man-made. In this point of view, the prediction of Methu's grandmother is realistic and real. Now, question number 2. Habib's home district Tista means flooded area. Suddenly, he observed heavy rainfall in the month of April and May for the border hilly soils and continues in the upstream region of Bangladesh. The water flows to the Bay of Bengal upon the country. Now, question is, describe what types of flood Habib observed mentioned in the stem. According to the stem, Habib observed flash or sudden flood. You need to write this only one sentence because this is our question based area. This is our knowledge based question. So, knowledge based question should be one sentence. Now, go to second para. Now, elaborate your answer, describe your answer, express the definition of this question. This sort of flood is seen in the northern and eastern hilly basins in Bangladesh. Habib's home district is in this area. This flood is caused suddenly in the month of April or May for the border hilly soil. The water of this flood lasts a few hours to several days. Crop damage often happens for sudden floods when paddy ripens in the marshy or hard areas. Now, question number, is the natural disaster beneficial or harmful for us? Give your opinion. If you can find that natural disaster cannot bring any good aspects for us, but it can bring some little bit for some time. Natural disaster like this is harmful for us. In a disaster, we face the danger of death or physical injury. We may lose our home, possessions, and community. We lose our cattle, crops, cultivating land, arable land, and lives also. It impacts on both individuals and communities and have social, economic, and environmental consequences. As the most people are aware, the immediate impacts of flooding include loss of human life, damage to property, destruction of crops, and loss of livestock, and deterioration of health condition owing to waterborne disease. So, it extends to waterborne disease. As communication links and infrastructure such as power plants, roads and bridges are damaged and disrupted, some economic activities may come to a standstill. People are forced to leave their home and normal life is disrupted to supplies of clean water. Wastewater treatment, electricity transport, communication, education, health care. Loss of livelihood, reduction in purchasing power and loss of land value in the floodplains can leave communities economically vulnerable. Displacement from one's home, loss of property, and disruption to business and social affairs can cause continuing strain. So I think natural disaster is mostly harmful for us. It never bring any good for us. STEM number 7. Mr. Islam is an old man. He is 70. He is a successful farmer. Once he plowed his land and threshed his crops with bullocks and cows. 20 years ago, he sold his bullocks and brought a tractor and a pedal thresher. He started rearing his cows. Today he has a large dairy farm consisting of both local and crossbreed cows. Crossbreed cows is one kind of foreign cows. He also reaps a huge harvest every season. Now question number B. How can you differentiate between local and crossbreed cows? Answer. A local cow belongs to a natural breeding while a crossbreed cow belongs to artificial breeding. This is the difference. Local cow belongs to natural breeding and artificial, and the crossbreed cow, it should be crossbreed, okay, cow belongs to artificial breeding. A local calf is born of a local kine and a local ox, but a crossbreed calf is born on an ox and a kine, either of which belonging to a hybrid origin. Okay, now question number C. State how the replacement of cows and bullocks with tractors and pedal threshers has brought about a revolution in agriculture. Once, plowing and sowing belonging to the mercy of nature. Rainfall or water blogging delayed the process of both plowing and sowing. The ultimate consequence was a poor harvest. Tractors remove the drawback in the sense that soil need not be dry enough in case of plowing with tractors. Prior to say a single tractor is enough to prepare an acre of land 14 days earlier than 2 pairs of bullocks and at least 6 laborers. It ensures a better yield. Again, a pedal thresher can do the work of 2 pair cows bullocks at 1/5 time. In this way, the storage of seeds becomes possible in an early time. Pedal threshing also saves the harvest from harms caused by rain, dew, and fog. So it's obviously a safety ensuring measure. We see tractors and pedal threshers have brought about a revolution in agriculture. So we understood that tractor and pedal thresher have brought a revolution in our cultivation method. We have lessened our laborers. We do not need more worker, more labor whenever we have a tractor. So now take your SW. Your SW number is question number 7. I mean creative question number 7 and sub number D. So to answer this SW, to answer of this question, you need to read again the STEM number 7. Regarding this STEM, question 7 number STEM, sub number is D, is your SW. I am reading out the SW question. If there were 1 million enterprising cattle rearers in our country, our national income would be double at least. Highlight the statement. Do you agree with the statement? If you not, then express your opinion as your own way. This is all about our today's class. My beloved students, submit this SW coming Sunday and collect the previous also. Stay home, stay safe, listen to your parents. See you soon with next video. Allah Hafiz.